The episode begins with Ash, Misty, and Brock traveling on the Porta Vista ferry, followed by Team Rocket on a raft, unbeknownst to them. They make a stop at the Maiden's Peak Festival. Brock, who was feeling down about not meeting any girls during the summer, sees a beautiful woman on the other side of the harbor and falls in love. Pikachu sees the woman transform into a Ghastly and disappear. Meanwhile, Team Rocket plans to search for money on the ground during the festival. At the festival, Brock continues to think about the woman he saw at the harbor. An old woman warns them to be careful with the beautiful young woman or they will have trouble. Misty, thinking the old woman is talking about her, gets upset. Team Rocket, searching for money on the ground, grows desperate for not finding anything. James finds a coin, and the mysterious old woman also warns him about the woman. Ash, Misty, and Brock look at a painting of the maiden at the harbor and are surprised to learn that she lived 2,000 years ago and was petrified on the cliff while waiting for her love to return from a war. Brock and James admire the maiden's rock separately, while Meowth plans to steal the valuable painting. At night, Brock stays on the cliff to contemplate the petrified statue of the maiden. Ash, at the Pokémon Center, asks Nurse Joy to let him go out and look for Brock, but she refuses, because it's late. At midnight, the ghost of the maiden appears, and Meowth sees it. The ghost appears to Brock as well, saying she has been waiting for him. The next morning, Ash and Misty go looking for Brock, while Jessie and Meowth search for James. When they meet and are about to start a battle, Brock and James appear acting strangely. A bolt of Pikachu's lightning brings them back to normal. The old woman reveals that every year the maiden attracts men, and the day after the festival, they are found in the same place. They decide to stay and see what happens, covering Brock and James with stickers that supposedly ward off ghosts, sold by the old woman. At night, a violent gust of wind removes the stickers, and Brock and James follow the maiden's specter. Ash, Jessie, and James try to fight it with their Pokémon, but they find out the ghost of the maiden is a Pokémon called Ghastly, who also transforms into the old woman. Ghastly plays with the Pokémon spheres and turns into Venusaur and Blastoise, merging them into Venustoise. Misty tries to stop him with a cross, a stake, a hammer, and a garlic necklace, confusing him with a vampire, but Dawn causes Ghastly to disappear until the next festival. Officer Jenny tells the protagonists that, at the end of each summer, visitors release sailboats to help lost spirits find their way. The maiden's ghost bids farewell to Ghastly, who enjoys keeping forgotten legends alive and has fun with the money he earned from the sticker sales. He promises the maiden that if he finds the man she loves, he will tell him she is still waiting for him. After the event, Ash checks his Pokédex and is unsure about the Pokémon he saw, while Brock laments that the summer has passed and he hasn't met any girls. Misty invites Ash to dance, ending the episode with a moment of fun and camaraderie among friends. On their way to Saffron City, Ash, Misty, and Brock arrive at a tall cliff. Brock informs the others that the top of the cliff should lead them directly to Saffron City. Then, Ash sees a large group of Butterfree on the horizon. Brock claims that the Butterfree are celebrating their mating season. The group rents a hot air balloon, and once in the air, Ash sends his Butterfree to find a partner, but with no success. Brock says that none of the Butterfree might be his type, pointing out the differences between them. Next, they observe other trainers releasing their Butterfree, especially a girl, whom Brock falls in love with. Ash's Butterfree, encouraged by everyone, tries again to find a partner. He falls in love with a pink Butterfree, who rejects him. Ash's Butterfree persists, but the pink Butterfree slaps him, and he gives up, heading towards the forest. Ash, Misty, Brock, and Pikachu find Butterfree in the forest. After finding him, they discuss how to help Butterfree. Ash checks if the Pokédex can help, but with no success. Then, Ash tells his Butterfree to show his strength and impress the pink Butterfree. Encouraged, Brock puts a scarf on Butterfree to give him a new look. They return to the air with Butterfree, who tries to impress the pink Butterfree again, using tackle and stun attacks, but is rejected once more. At that moment, Team Rocket arrives in a helicopter and recites their motto. All the Butterfree are captured by a net, except Ash's Butterfree. Ash and his friends try to stop them, sending Butterfree to take down the helicopter, but they fail. Team Rocket escapes, and Ash's Butterfree chases after them. Ash and his friends follow them to a warehouse in the middle of a canyon. Inside the warehouse, Team Rocket comments on the success of their plan. Ash and his friends enter through a window and improvise an imitation of Team Rocket's motto. Team Rocket tries to capture Ash and the others, but Ash's Butterfree and Misty Starmie attack them and prevent it. Meanwhile, Butterfree goes to the net and strikes it multiple times until it breaks, impressing the pink Butterfree. Jessie attacks Starmie with a hammer, but Misty revives it by splashing water on it. Then, Brock opens the warehouse doors, and the Butterfree escape. Team Rocket desperately tries to capture the Butterfree with small nets, but they fail. The pink Butterfree, impressed by Ash's Butterfree's determination, approaches him. James tries to capture it, but Ash's Butterfree strikes him. Team Rocket climbs into their helicopter to capture the Butterfree again. Ash and his friends follow them in their balloon and soon find them. Pikachu climbs onto Butterfree's back, and they fly towards the helicopter. Pikachu jumps onto the helicopter and destroys it with an electric attack, sending Team Rocket blasting off again. After that, the pink Butterfree approaches Ash's Butterfree and performs a dance showing her affection for him, and he also joins the dance. Back at the cliff, Ash, emotional, says goodbye to the Butterfree couple. As they fly towards the sunset, Ash remembers the moments he spent with Butterfree. When Butterfree almost disappears on the horizon, Ash wishes him good luck. The opening scene shows the silhouette of a woman holding a girl in her arms. In the woman's eyes, we see Ash and his friends on their way to Saffron City, seemingly lost. Ash and Misty argue about which way to go, but stop when they hear a girl laughing as she plays with a ball. Ash follows her and ends up falling off a cliff, but is saved by Bulbasaur. The girl disappears, and from the top of the cliff, they spot Saffron City, motivating Ash for his next gym challenge. Upon arriving in the city, Jessie and James, in disguise, greet Ash and his friends, claiming they are the millionth visitor to the city. They take them to a skyscraper to receive a prize, but in reality, it's a trap set by Team Rocket. The mysterious girl appears, uses her psychic powers to paralyze Jessie and James, and freeze Pikachu. She teleports Ash and his friends out of the building, leaving Team Rocket behind. They are teleported to the Saffron City Pokemon Gym, where Ash challenges the gym leader, Sabrina. The match is agreed upon as a single Pokemon battle for each. Sabrina chooses a sleeping Abra and Ash, his Pikachu. During the battle, Abra evolves into Kadabra, which defeats Pikachu using its psychic powers. As a result, Ash and his friends must play with the mysterious girl, who shrinks them and places them in a dollhouse. They try to escape and are saved by the man who warned them about the gym. He tells Ash that a ghost-type Pokemon can defeat Sabrina and that such Pokemon can be found in Lavender Town. Ash decides to head to Lavender Town to catch a ghost-type Pokemon. The man watches Ash and his friends leave, believing that Ash may be the person who will save Sabrina. The episode ends with Ash, Misty, and Brock walking towards Lavender Town, followed by Meowth dragging Jessie and James, who are still paralyzed. Unable to defeat Sabrina's psychic Pokemon, Ash, Misty, and Brock head to Lavender Town to catch a ghost-type Pokemon. As night falls, they hold hands so they don't get lost in the fog. Accidentally, Brock grabs Pikachu's tail, which electrocutes him. Ash then tries to scare his friends using a skull mask, but Pikachu electrocutes Ash as well. They realize they need to control their fear to catch a ghost-type Pokemon. Upon arriving in the town, Misty and Brock get scared again and ask Ash to enter the tower first. Ash doesn't want a ghost-type Pokemon to get in the way of his earning the Marsh badge, but Pikachu decides to sleep before entering the tower. Misty abruptly wakes Ash, and he decides it's better to enter the tower in the morning. Meanwhile, Team Rocket plans to capture Pikachu but encounters a Ghastly that teaches them a lesson. Ash, Misty, and Brock enter the tower and see a feast, which suddenly gets thrown into the air towards them. They flee, and Ash decides to catch the ghost-type Pokemon to beat Sabrina. Ash encounters a Haunter and sends Charmander to battle. Charmander uses Leer, but Haunter paralyzes Charmander with Lick. A Gengar appears and attacks Ash with a magazine. Gengar and Haunter laugh, but Ash doesn't get the joke. The ghost-type Pokemon become sad because they just wanted to have fun with Ash. Haunter grabs Ash and Pikachu, separating their souls from their bodies, leaving them unconscious on the ground. They are dragged by the ghost-type Pokemon out of the tower, where Ash plays with Misty, lifting her off the ground without her knowing what's happening. Misty and Brock enter the tower worried about Ash. Ash and Pikachu fly with the ghost-type Pokemon and return to the tower, where they discover the Pokemon just want to have fun. Ash decides to return to his body to continue his journey as a Pokemon master, which saddens the ghost-type Pokemon. Ash returns to his body, and his friends are relieved that he is okay. The next day, they leave the tower to go to the gym again. Misty asks how Ash plans to defeat Sabrina's Pokemon if he didn't catch a ghost-type Pokemon. Haunter appears, making a joke, indicating that it decided to follow Ash on his adventure. The episode ends with Team Rocket tied up on a carousel while Ghastly and Gengar have fun.